Thank you very much, Harlan. This is probably my third or fourth visit here, and I always enjoy coming to your store because you have nothing but the truth in your store, and you're willing to put it out there, and you're not ashamed of it, you're proud of it, and so I like to participate and associate with people of that mode. But you're doing a great job, and so hang in there. It's only going to get better.
I'm going to take your word on that.
All right.
Yeah,
I'm going to quote you on that.
Trusting you.
All right.
We don't have enough time for me to go over all of my books, so but when I get through, we'll have a Q&A period, and I'll be glad to answer questions on any of the previous books. Tonight, we'll talk about a DVD that I just produced. This is a FileMaker Pro database advanced, which is compatible with both PCs and Macintosh. And once you load it into your DVD drive of your computer, the FileMaker Pro advanced software is then resident. You don't need it on your computer. It's all in the DVD. And this DVD gives a history of the secret organizations, and it's also sortable. If you go up the top of the toolbar on your computer, you can enlarge it by going to View and then come down to Zoom, and it'll come up to about twice the size. And then you go over to the right, second toolbar tool to the right is Records, and you hit Records and come down to Sort, and it'll give you a window. On the right side window there will be what you want to sort by. On the left are all the different variants that you can use for your keywords to sort by. And in the middle, there's two buttons. One that says Clear All, and the other says Move. And so the first thing you do is you hit the Clear All button, and that'll empty the right-hand window. And you go over on the left window, and you click on Country, and hit Move, and that'll move it to the right. And then if you want to sort by affiliation, you come down that list to Affiliation, hit Move, and it'll move it over there, and then you hit Sort. And once you've done that, you can find out all the members of the CIA, all the members of the Defense Department, all the members of the State Department, all the members of the White House, all these different affiliations sorted by their term. And then even it sorts the companies and the TV and media, the newspapers, news magazines. It sorts all by name. Now, if you want to find out how many are in Congress, you go back to that same Records, come down to Sort. It'll open up again, and you hit the Clear All, which empties the right-hand frame. And then you move over Country, Move, and then you come down to a Job, Move, and it'll sort them by country and by their job title. And then you scroll down the page, and there's almost 14,000 records. And by the way, I've been loading these records since early 1992. I've put thousands of hours of work into this, and I've had paid assistants that have put probably thousands of hours of work into it. And my beautiful daughter did the cover, so I'm proud of her efforts. But then once you sort by their job, you scroll down until you come to Congressman, and it'll show you all the congressmen that are active today in Congress, plus all the former congressmen. And then you go further down to Senate, and it'll show you all the senators that are active today, and then all the former senators. Now, if you want to find out how many people belong to more than one secret organization, then you go back to sort, you come down, or records, sort, you empty the right-hand page, you hit country, always start with country. Otherwise, it'll bring out 58 nations in with it, and you don't want to mix it up. You can, but it's up to you. But so then you move over country, and then you move over groups, and then hit sort, and then go down the groups column. And when you get to the very bottom, it'll show you every secret member. There's a member of each of the secret groups. There may be one or two, and I hadn't looked, but there may be one or two that are members of all 4 secret groups, including Skull and Bones. But there's about 3 dozen that belong to Bilderberg's Council for Relation and Trilateral Commission. And I say there may be 2 or 3 that are also Skull and Bones. But this is a very powerful database, and you can't do anything with it. I mean, you can't mess it up, because once you turn it off, it's just like starting all over again. So you can start it any way you want to, and then when you load it again, it's going to start off alphabetical by last name, by country, and then by last name. But it lists every member of the Skull and Bones since 1832 up until 1986. I haven't been able, and I wrote to Yale University Library and asked them for their help in finding members after 86, and they said they quit publishing that information. It's not even included in their yearbook. So, but I've written letters of request to President Clinton's library and also George Herbert Walker Bush's library, asking for any details they have in their archives that are relating to Skull and Bones. And there are a lot of people waiting in line to have the archives sorted, so I still expect that one of these days they'll send me updated list of Skull and Bones that is beyond 86. Because I know they're in their records, and it's just waiting till my name comes up in the list so that they can go find it. But that pretty well covers the DVD, and now let me get in my latest book, which is titled What the Elite Have Done to America and How to Fix It. And I'm sure that every one of you have your own solutions of how to fix and your own definition of what's wrong. So the book contains my definition of what I think is wrong in the order that I think we need to correct it. And then I offer my suggestions of how to correct these problems. And it's my opinion that it's sort of like a pendulum. The pendulum is swung way over here, and it's about to fall off. In order to get it back to center, we're going to have to swing it way over here, and then gradually let it come back to the middle. But you can't get it to the middle until you have an overkill. And so most of my recommendations are pretty radical. But I think they'll work. The likelihood of it happening is something else, because we know that the elite control everything of significance anywhere in the world, including our Congress. Now, no laws will be changed or new laws initiated until we can absolutely gain public control of our Congress. And we can't do that until we start at the very beginning. We've got to overhaul our voting system. You all know many examples of voter irregularity or just outright cheating and ballot stuffing and all sorts of things. And so until we get that corrected, nothing else can happen.